Stop for a moment and answer this honestly. Which country are you watching this from? And what time is it where you are right now? I ask this because what I'm about to share is not just advice or a lesson. It is a truth that can change the way you see every relationship, every connection, and every person who has ever left your life. No matter where you are in the world, whether it's the middle of the night or the middle of your busy day, this message is meant for your heart right now. Think about the people who were once close to you, the ones you trusted, laughed with, and shared your deepest moments with, and now feel distant, cold, or even gone. You may be asking yourself, why did they leave? Was it me? Did I do something wrong? By the end of this video, you will understand something most people will never admit. Sudden coldness is not rejection, it is a revelation. It is a sign, a message, a signal that shows you who is truly aligned with your soul and who was never meant to stay. So wherever you are right now, whatever time it is, pay attention. Every word you hear in the next hour could save your heart from pain, protect your peace, and guide you to the relationships that will truly nourish your soul. Ask yourself this: are you ready to uncover the truth that most people avoid? Are you ready to see the hidden signals that show who belongs in your life spiritually and who does not? If your heart is ready, stay with me until the very end, because what you are about to learn will open your eyes, transform your understanding, and change the way you see every person in your life forever. Spiritual alignment over social attachment. Not everyone who is physically close to you is truly close to your heart or your soul. You may spend hours with someone, laugh together, share your joys and your sorrows, yet deep down you may feel that distance. That feeling of emptiness or coldness you sometimes sense is not a mistake or a flaw in you. It is a truth waiting to be understood. Physical presence is temporary. People come and go, friends, family, colleagues, neighbors. They can be near you in space, but not always in spirit. Spiritual alignment is different. It is rare, quiet, and deeply felt. It is the connection that makes your heart feel understood without words, that makes your soul feel supported even when no one is around. When someone suddenly turns cold or distant, it may feel like rejection at first. You might replay every moment in your mind, questioning what you did wrong, wishing things were different. But in reality, this is clarity. This is Allah, in His wisdom, showing you the truth of hearts. People who cannot walk with you spiritually are being removed from your path so your soul can be protected and your heart can grow without being weighed down. Those who remain after hardships, after struggles, after times when life tests you, are the ones whose presence is meant to stay. They are the ones who resonate with your spirit, who support your growth, and who will accompany you in a meaningful and lasting way. It is natural to feel attachment to people who have been part of your life, even if they were never aligned with your heart. Letting go is not easy, and it does not happen overnight, but it is necessary to make room for the connections that truly matter. Holding on to people who cannot nourish your soul only delays your growth and keeps you bound to relationships that drain rather than uplift you. Trust that this process, although painful at times, is an act of protection. Your heart is being guided toward companionship that will bring you peace, inspiration, and understanding. Understanding this truth changes the way you see relationships. You stop seeking validation from everyone who is near, and you begin to recognize who is truly meant to be part of your life. The warmth of spiritual alignment is quiet but unmistakable. It is the comfort of knowing that someone's heart is with yours, that their presence uplifts rather than drains, and that their loyalty and understanding go beyond words or convenience. This is the gift of true connection, and when you experience it, you will know it instantly. Coldness as a signal of truth. When someone suddenly turns cold, it can feel like a sharp pain in your heart. You may wonder why, replay every conversation, search for hidden reasons, or even blame yourself. But what if this coldness is not a punishment, not a rejection, but actually a signal of truth. Sometimes, distance and withdrawal are the clearest messages we can receive. They reveal the reality of hearts in a way that words or closeness never could. People may smile at you, laugh with you, share your joys, and still be far from you spiritually. Their physical presence can comfort you, but their absence speaks the truth. Coldness is often a reflection of spiritual alignment, or the lack of it. When someone is not aligned with your journey, their heart cannot walk with yours. And when they withdraw, it is a moment of honesty from life itself. At first, it may feel unfair. You may feel abandoned, hurt, or even betrayed. But this is not a punishment. It is a moment of clarity. It is a way for your soul to see what is real and what is not. You begin to understand that not every person who seems close is meant to stay, and not every relationship that brings comfort is truly nourishing. There is wisdom in this coldness, if you are willing to see it. It teaches you to trust your instincts and your heart. It teaches you to look beyond appearances and to pay attention to the energy and intentions of those around you. Some people are meant to walk part of the journey with you, and some are only meant to pass by. Their coldness helps you distinguish between the two. It is a protective signal, guiding you away from attachment to those who cannot contribute to your spiritual or emotional growth. The heart learns a profound lesson through these experiences. People leave not because you are lacking, but because they were never aligned with your spirit. Their withdrawal is a natural and necessary part of life. It is a divine way of showing you that your energy, your time, and your love are precious and should be invested in hearts that will match your sincerity, care, and depth. It is not about closure in the conventional sense. It is about awakening. It is about realizing that the presence of someone physically does not guarantee their presence in your soul. When coldness enters your life, it is also an opportunity for self-reflection and growth. You are invited to turn inward, to find comfort within your own heart, and to strengthen your spiritual awareness. You realize that true connection is measured by authenticity, understanding, and alignment, not convenience or temporary warmth. You start to recognize the people who truly value you, support you, and resonate with your journey. And in this recognition, your heart begins to heal, and your spirit becomes stronger. Coldness, though painful, carries a profound blessing. It frees you from false attachments, prevents you from investing in people who cannot match your energy, and prepares your heart for the connections that are meant to last. It is a quiet teacher, a messenger of truth, and a protector of your soul. When you accept it, reflect on it, and let it guide you, you no longer fear the distance or the silence. Instead, you understand that these moments are shaping you, refining you, and bringing you closer to the people and the experiences that will truly uplift your life. Protection through detachment. Sometimes, when people leave or turn cold, it feels like a loss so heavy it shakes your heart. You may wonder why they pulled away, what you did wrong, or if you could have prevented it. But the truth is, their departure is often a form of protection. Life has a way of removing what is not meant for you, so that your heart, your mind, and your spirit can remain safe. Not everyone who walks beside you is meant to travel with you. Some paths are only temporary, and some companions are only meant to teach you lessons before stepping aside. When someone detaches from your life, it is not always about them. It is about your soul, your journey, and the wisdom that surrounds you. Their coldness is a shield, quietly guarding you from energy that might drain you, relationships that might mislead you, or attachments that might weigh heavily on your heart. The people who cannot match your growth, who cannot resonate with your purpose, or who cannot respect your boundaries, are being removed before they can cause harm or distract you from the path meant for you. At first, this detachment may feel harsh or unfair. Your heart may resist it. You may replay memories, imagine what-ifs, or wish things could have been different. But when you allow yourself to step back and see it differently, you realize that their absence is a blessing in disguise. the space they leave behind is sacred. It is a space where your heart can breathe, your mind can reflect, and your spirit can grow. Without this removal, you might cling to people who are not aligned with your energy, who cannot walk with you spiritually, or who cannot nurture the parts of your soul that need growth. Life is full of lessons delivered quietly. One of the most profound lessons is learning to let go without resentment, to accept the natural ebb and flow of relationships, and to understand that distance is sometimes the greatest act of care. Detachment does not mean rejection. It does not mean you are less worthy. It means that the universe, or the divine wisdom in your life, is creating the conditions for you to find people, experiences, and moments that truly elevate your spirit. Think about it this way. Every person who leaves creates space for the right people to arrive. Every coldness, every withdrawal, every ending clears a path for warmth, understanding, and genuine companionship. Sometimes you cannot see it immediately, and your heart may ache with longing or confusion. But over time, you realize that detachment protected you from energy that could have hurt you, relationships that could have slowed you down, and connections that were not meant to align with your purpose. When you begin to embrace this truth, your perspective on life changes. You no longer fear people leaving because you understand that those who leave were never meant to stay. You begin to value the quality of connection over the quantity. You start to recognize the subtle signs of alignment and misalignment in relationships. And most importantly, you trust that your heart is being guided toward people and moments that will truly support your growth, nourish your spirit, and bring you peace. Detachment is a gentle but powerful form of protection. It clears your heart, sharpens your awareness, and prepares your life for the right kind of love, friendship, and companionship. What feels like loss in the moment is actually a safeguard for your soul. Every person who steps away carries a hidden blessing: the freedom to grow, the clarity to see who belongs, and the space to welcome the connections that will truly resonate with your spirit. True companionship elevates the soul. Not every person who walks beside you in life is meant to elevate your soul. Many people can be present physically, share your laughter, accompany you through good times, and yet fail to connect with your heart in a meaningful way. True companionship is not measured by the hours spent together or the convenience of proximity. It is measured by the way a person lifts your spirit, strengthens your faith, and encourages your growth in ways that matter deeply to your soul. Some people may celebrate your successes only superficially. They may laugh when you laugh, yet feel uncomfortable when you shine, when you grow, or when you begin to become the best version of yourself. A true companion does not feel threatened by your light. They rejoice in it. They support you in silence, encourage you in moments of doubt, and walk beside you with sincerity, loyalty, and care. Their presence makes you feel lighter, safer, and more inspired to be who you truly are. When someone cannot celebrate your spiritual, emotional, or personal growth, it is not because you are too much or too strong. It is because they were never aligned with the depth of your journey. Their inability to walk with you in honesty and sincerity does not diminish your value. Instead, it reveals the true nature of your connection and allows your heart to focus on the relationships that will truly matter. True companionship also teaches patience, empathy, and understanding. It does not demand perfection, yet it encourages improvement. It nurtures rather than drains. It challenges rather than confines. When you experience this type of connection, even the simplest gestures feel profound. A kind word, a listening ear, a moment of shared silence, these become treasures because they reflect the alignment of hearts and the resonance of souls. The people who elevate your soul make the world feel different. Their presence is quiet yet powerful. You may not notice it at first, but over time their influence becomes unmistakable. They inspire you to be more compassionate, more patient, more present, and more reflective. They help you see the beauty in life, even in the midst of challenges. And most importantly, they remind you that connection is not about convenience, social status, or temporary enjoyment. It is about resonance, depth, and meaning. When someone cannot walk with you in this way, when they leave or turn cold, it is not a failure or a loss. It is a lesson that teaches you to value depth over comfort, authenticity over appearances, and alignment over familiarity. It helps you discern who is meant to stay and who is only meant to pass through. The absence of those who cannot elevate you is not emptiness. It is an invitation to open your heart to those who will. As you begin to recognize the difference between superficial connection and true companionship, you start to prioritize quality over quantity. You stop seeking approval from everyone around you, and you start seeking resonance with hearts that match yours. You become more selective, not out of arrogance, but out of wisdom. You learn to treasure relationships that feed your spirit and let go of those that drain it. A heart that experiences true companionship feels lighter, freer, and more inspired. The energy of such relationships stays with you long after moments have passed. It is not measured in time, gifts, or constant interaction, but in the feeling of safety, support, and encouragement that continues to uplift you even when they are not physically present. This is the true power of companionship. It shapes your heart, nurtures your growth, and aligns you with what matters most in life. Growth requires solitude. Sometimes, the people who leave, turn cold, or drift away from your life create a space that at first feels empty, lonely, or even painful. But that space, that silence, is not a punishment, it is an opportunity. It is a chance for your soul to breathe, to reflect, and to grow in ways that are not possible when you are surrounded by the noise and energy of others. Growth often comes in moments of solitude, when you are left with nothing but your own heart, your own thoughts, and your own connection to what truly matters. When others cannot walk with you spiritually, when their hearts are not aligned with yours, being alone becomes a gift. It gives you time to understand yourself, to discover your inner strength, and to find clarity about what is truly important. In solitude, your heart begins to recognize patterns, lessons, and truths that were invisible before. You realize that being alone does not mean being abandoned, it means you are being prepared. You are being guided to a deeper awareness of yourself, your purpose, and the people and experiences that will genuinely resonate with your soul. During these periods of solitude, you may feel uncomfortable at first. It is natural to crave companionship, to wish someone would fill the empty space, or to hope for someone to return. But this is exactly the moment to turn inward. Your soul begins to understand that fulfillment, peace, and strength do not come from others, they come from within. The more time you spend alone in reflection and self-discovery, the more resilient, aware, and grounded you become. You learn to rely on your own heart and your own intuition. You learn that happiness is not dependent on anyone else, and that true growth is born from within. Solitude also allows you to heal. When someone leaves or turns cold, your heart may carry sadness, confusion, or even resentment. But in quiet reflection, you begin to see the wisdom behind it. You see that their departure was necessary for your development. It was a way to remove distractions, misalignments, and energy that could have slowed your growth. In solitude, your heart starts to release attachments that no longer serve you, and you make room for the people, opportunities, and experiences that truly align with your soul. The lessons learned in solitude are often some of the most powerful. You begin to notice your strengths, your resilience, and your capacity for love, patience, and understanding. You understand the importance of boundaries, of valuing yourself, and of recognizing who is meant to remain in your life. You start to recognize that spiritual growth requires reflection, self-awareness, and the courage to walk alone when necessary. You understand that being alone is not emptiness. It is preparation for greater connection, deeper insight, and authentic companionship. Through solitude, your soul becomes refined. You learn patience, wisdom, and discernment. You understand that life does not measure relationships by presence alone, but by alignment, depth, and resonance. Solitude teaches you to trust yourself, to value your own company, and to develop a heart that can walk confidently even when no one else is beside you. It is in these quiet, solitary moments that your spirit strengthens, your awareness sharpens, and your journey becomes clearer. Those who turn cold, those who leave, and those who drift away are not creating emptiness in your life, they are creating the space necessary for your growth. Solitude allows you to reflect, to heal, and to prepare for the connections and experiences that are truly meant for you. The emptiness you may feel is only temporary, but the wisdom, strength, and clarity you gain will last a lifetime. Healing through perspective. When someone turns cold or distances themselves from your life, it often leaves a wound in your heart. You may feel rejected, hurt, confused, or even question your worth. But healing does not start with forcing someone back into your life or trying to fix what was never meant to be. Healing begins when you shift your perspective and see the situation through a wider, deeper lens. You begin to understand that their departure is not a measure of your value, but a reflection of alignment, theirs, yours, or sometimes both. Life has a way of teaching us through experiences that feel painful at first. The sudden coldness of a person you trusted is one of those lessons. At first, it may feel unfair, as though you have been abandoned. But when you take a step back, you start to notice the wisdom hidden within this discomfort. Their withdrawal allows you to stop investing energy in what cannot grow, to stop holding on to a connection that was never meant to nourish your soul, and to start focusing on what truly matters. Healing begins the moment you recognize that their absence is not a loss, but a form of guidance. When you adopt this perspective, your heart begins to release resentment, anger, and self-doubt. You begin to see that people leave for reasons that have little to do with you and everything to do with their own journey. Their inability to stay aligned with your path is not a reflection of your shortcomings. It is simply the reality of life. Each person has a place in your story, and some chapters are meant to close so that the next, more fulfilling chapters can begin. Accepting this truth brings freedom to your heart. Healing through perspective also helps you understand the deeper lessons behind every departure. You start to see patterns in your relationships, recognizing which connections uplift your spirit and which drain it. You begin to understand that not everyone is capable of walking with you spiritually, emotionally, or mentally. Their absence creates space for self-discovery, clarity, and growth. You learn that peace and validation do not come from others, they come from within, from trusting the wisdom behind life's unfolding, and from valuing your own heart above all else. This perspective transforms pain into strength. Instead of clinging to the past, you begin to view every separation as a necessary step toward alignment, freedom, and clarity. You start to see that the people who remain in your life after trials, difficulties, and distance are those who are truly meant to walk with you, whose hearts resonate with yours, and whose presence nurtures your growth. Those who leave have performed a quiet service. They have shown you who belongs and who does not, who can elevate your spirit and who cannot. Healing through perspective also allows you to embrace gratitude. Even the people who left, even the relationships that failed to last, become part of your growth. They are teachers, revealing the depth of your heart, your capacity to love, and your ability to let go. You realize that their absence was never a punishment, but a blessing in disguise, a way to make room for connections that will align with your spirit, uplift your energy, and bring true harmony to your life. When you truly embrace this perspective, your heart becomes lighter, wiser, and more resilient. You no longer fear distance, coldness, or endings. Instead, you see them as natural, necessary, and even protective forces in your life. Healing is no longer about convincing someone to stay. It is about understanding, accepting, and trusting the journey. Your soul begins to recognize that closure, clarity, and peace do not come from others, but from your ability to see truth, embrace wisdom, and allow your heart to grow beyond what it once depended on. In this way, every experience of coldness or distance becomes a powerful tool for growth. It teaches patience, discernment, and self-respect. It allows your soul to release what is not meant to stay and to make room for what truly aligns with your path. Healing through perspective is a journey inward, a journey that strengthens your heart, sharpens your insight, and brings you closer to the peace, connection, and fulfillment your spirit has always sought. The illusion of emotional closeness. Sometimes, people can feel so close to us, so familiar, and so comfortable that we begin to believe they are truly aligned with our hearts. We laugh together, share secrets, confide in one another, and celebrate moments of joy, and yet, deep down, there can be an emptiness we cannot explain. That emptiness is often the quiet truth, that emotional closeness is not always spiritual alignment. People can appear warm, kind, or affectionate, but their presence may never actually nurture your soul. The illusion of emotional closeness can be subtle. It is in the laughter that feels shallow, in the conversations that never touch your heart, in the moments where they are present physically but absent emotionally. You may think they are with you fully, yet when life challenges you, when your heart seeks understanding, or when your soul longs for resonance, they may suddenly distance themselves. This is when the truth becomes clear. The closeness you felt was not true alignment. It was only temporary, convenient, or surface level. When someone turns cold after such emotional intimacy, it is easy to feel betrayed. You may replay moments, wondering what went wrong, questioning whether you were not enough, or even blaming yourself for their withdrawal, but the reality is different. Their absence is not a reflection of your worth. It is a reflection of the misalignment of hearts. Some people are not equipped to walk with you on the level your spirit requires. Some people cannot handle the depth of your emotions, the strength of your soul, or the clarity of your purpose. Their withdrawal reveals what was hidden all along, that not every connection that feels close is truly nourishing or lasting. This realization, although painful, is a gift. It frees you from investing in energy that cannot reciprocate, from seeking approval from hearts that were never fully aligned, and from clinging to relationships that only offer surface-level comfort. Once you see through this illusion, you begin to value authenticity over convenience, depth over appearances, and alignment over temporary warmth. You begin to understand that your energy, your love, and your time are precious, and they deserve to be invested where they will be met with reciprocity and sincerity. The illusion of emotional closeness also teaches you discernment. You start to notice subtle signs, the consistency of effort, the respect for your boundaries, the willingness to walk with you through both joy and hardship. You begin to sense the difference between people who are genuinely present for you and those who are only present when it is easy or convenient. This awareness strengthens your heart and protects your spirit. You no longer confuse surface-level connection with true companionship. When you embrace this truth, you begin to stop seeking validation from everyone who seems close. You begin to focus on hearts that resonate with yours, souls that walk your journey with sincerity, and companions who elevate rather than drain. You understand that emotional closeness without alignment is fragile. It cannot withstand trials, growth, or change. True closeness is built on mutual understanding, shared values, and alignment of purpose, not just comfort, habit, or familiarity. The beauty of this lesson is that it prepares your heart for authentic connection. By seeing through the illusion of emotional closeness, you become more selective, more aware, and more grounded. You protect your energy, your love, and your spirit from what cannot serve you. And over time, the relationships that remain are those that are genuine, nurturing, and deeply resonant. Their presence feels effortless, safe, and enriching. Ultimately, the illusion of emotional closeness is not a loss, it is a teacher. It shows you the difference between appearances and reality, convenience and authenticity, temporary comfort and lasting resonance. Once you see this clearly, your heart becomes wiser, your connections become deeper, and your life becomes aligned with what truly nourishes your soul. You learn to let go of what was never meant to stay and to cherish what has always belonged to you on a deeper spiritual level. Spiritual presence over physical presence. It is easy to believe that someone's physical presence is what matters most. We see people sitting beside us, sharing moments, laughing, celebrating, and we begin to feel connected to them. We measure closeness by appearances, by proximity, by how much time someone spends near us. But spiritual presence is far deeper and far more meaningful than physical presence. A person can be physically close to you every day, yet their heart may never truly walk with yours. Their energy may never resonate with yours, and their presence may never uplift your soul. True connection is felt, not just seen. It is the quiet understanding that exists, even when words are not spoken. It is the support that shows up when life is difficult, the empathy that is felt even when no one else notices, and the encouragement that lifts your spirit in ways that cannot be measured by time or physical closeness. Spiritual presence is rare, subtle, and powerful. It is the alignment of hearts, the resonance of souls, and the depth of understanding that cannot be faked or forced. When someone turns cold or steps away, it is often because their heart was never truly aligned with yours. Physical proximity cannot make up for the absence of spiritual connection. Someone can sit beside you, laugh with you, and share experiences. Yet when your soul seeks resonance, their heart may be elsewhere. Their absence is a revelation, a gift, and a guidance. It teaches you to value what is real, not what is convenient. It reminds you that the presence that matters most is felt in the heart, not seen with the eyes. This lesson changes the way you perceive relationships. You begin to notice who truly cares for your soul, who lifts your spirit, and who is willing to walk beside you with sincerity, even if they are not physically present every moment. You stop measuring connection by quantity of time or physical interaction and start recognizing the quality of the energy exchanged. You understand that true companionship is about alignment of hearts, resonance of values, and depth of care. Physical absence cannot diminish this kind of presence. In fact, spiritual presence often becomes even stronger when tested by distance, silence, or hardship. When you embrace this understanding, your heart becomes more selective, wiser, and at peace. You stop fearing distance or the coldness of others because you know that those who are meant to walk with you spiritually will remain, in one way or another, aligned with your journey. Their energy will reach you, their support will be felt, and their care will be evident, even if they are not always physically nearby. You learn to treasure the subtle signs of true connection, the moments of genuine support, and the quiet but powerful ways that people who are spiritually present touch your life. Spiritual presence also teaches patience and awareness. You begin to notice when someone is only physically present but emotionally distant. You recognize the people who bring depth, inspiration, and warmth to your life versus those who are simply part of the scenery. This discernment protects your heart, allows you to invest your energy wisely, and create space for relationships that truly matter. You understand that what lasts, what endures, and what nourishes your spirit is not measured by appearances but by authenticity, care, and alignment. Ultimately, the lesson is profound. Not everyone who is near you belongs to your soul. Some people may leave, drift away, or turn cold, and that is a blessing in disguise. Their absence is a way of showing you the difference between superficial connection and true alignment. Spiritual presence surpasses physical presence because it is permanent in ways the eyes cannot see and felt in ways the heart cannot forget. It brings comfort, guidance, and clarity that physical proximity alone can never provide. When you understand this fully, your relationships transform. You stop clinging to what is only convenient or visible and begin cherishing the connections that are authentic, aligned, and spiritually resonant. You recognize that your soul is never truly alone because the presence that matters most is felt in the heart, understood in the spirit, and guided by alignment, purpose, and mutual growth. This awareness allows you to navigate life with peace, confidence, and the deep certainty that the connections meant to be in your life will always find a way to stay, not through proximity, but through the timeless bond of spiritual presence. Before we end, I want you to pause for a moment and ask yourself, where are you watching this from, and what time is it where you are right now? Because no matter the place, no matter the hour, the truth you just heard is meant for your heart at this very moment. Think back to the people who turned cold, the ones who left, and the ones whose presence never truly matched their closeness. You may have felt hurt, confused, or even abandoned, but now you can see it differently. Their departure, their distance, their sudden coldness was never against you, it was for you. It was protection, guidance, and clarity for your heart. Your heart is being prepared, your soul is being refined, and the people who remain in your life, those whose presence truly uplifts you, resonate with you, and walk with you spiritually, they are the ones who truly belong. The rest? They were lessons, reminders, and opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. Carry this with you. Spiritual alignment matters more than physical presence. Coldness can be a gift, and true companionship elevates the soul. Protect your heart, value your energy, and never settle for what drains you or dims your light. So wherever you are right now, in whatever country, at whatever time, let this truth settle in your heart. Let it guide your relationships, your choices, and your journey. Your peace, your clarity, and your spiritual growth are priceless, and now you hold the keys to protect them. Remember, life will bring people into your path, and some will leave. The question is, will you recognize who truly belongs? Will you honor the lessons and embrace the protection in every departure? Carry this wisdom with you, share it if it speaks to your heart, and never forget, those who are meant to walk with you spiritually will always find a way, not through convenience, not through appearances, but through true alignment of hearts.